You're shy and you want to build confidence. Awesome. You're taking the first step by watching this video. But why should you listen to me? Well, I've actually made the transformation that you're trying to do right now. Proof? Here's a few stories for you. I remember about 4 years ago, I was actually going to TAFE at the time, and the car park there is absolutely awful. There's no parking spots for the amount of people there is, and I parked on like some dirt sandy area, and I actually got my car bogged. And that was so fucking embarrassing because I remember the dirt just piling up over my wheels, getting more bogged, and I remember people around the area actually looking at me, and I kind of just felt like fucking dying, to be honest. But then, well, obviously I had to solve it. I talked to my dad. He couldn't come up and help me. I talked to the receptionist and saw if someone could actually help me out. And that in and of itself was fucking scary. But yeah, talked to the receptionist, got someone to come up, and they grabbed a shovel, tried to shovel out the dirt from the car, but they couldn't do it. I couldn't get out with their help. He recommended that I go to the TAFE class and ask if anyone in my class had like a winch or something to tow me out. And then he left me be. And my shy, anxious little fucking brain was just left in disarray. Like, I was just imagining in my mind going up to the class and then asking everyone, stopping everyone from what they're doing and say, hey guys, I got my car bogged. Anyone got a winch or something to help tow me out? And my brain just was like, no, that is way too fucking scary. I'm not doing that. I was literally, my car was fucking bogged and I was too scared. I was too shy to fucking ask for help. But luckily I have one friend. I managed to get myself out of the situation. Not myself, but I had a friend that I've known since high school in that class, and he, thank God, had a winch and he could tow me out himself. I didn't have to ask anyone. And reflecting on that day made me feel so pathetic. I couldn't even ask the fucking class for help because I was just so scared. And then compare that to like relatively recently. In the last 6 to 12 months, I've been focusing on improving my dating life because growing up, I didn't have that. And now I'm in my early 20s and that's something I need to fucking focus on. Anyway, so I went out cold approaching girls specifically with that intention. I talked to a bunch of girls mid-reception towards my approaches. It was just like, yeah, it's what it is. And then I remember this next one vividly. And it was getting towards the end of the night and I was just not feeling it anymore and I was just ready to go home. But then I saw a group of 3 girls. 2 girls were absolutely beautiful and then one was a bit on the larger side. So I was like, fuck it, last approach, let's do it. Approached, felt the fear, did it anyway. And the reception I got from the 2 beautiful girls was very nice, very receptive. But then a few seconds into it, I could tell the larger girl got, I think, insecure. She started screaming and I just like shrunk into myself. I looked at the ground. I was so like defeated. I felt worthless and I just wanted it to go away. I apologized like furiously over and over again and then I just walked away. But before I did walk away, I looked up at the 2 girls, the 2 pretty ones, and they had this look on their face like, fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for my friend. Like, you can just tell what they're thinking with their look on their eyes. And it's just like, if I managed to stop myself from walking away in that instant and just continue talking to them, that probably could have gone really well. But because I was so scared of the fucking bad girl, I just stopped myself. I was too scared. And then after that interaction, I walked off and honestly, I felt pretty worthless. I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't a good feeling to having been screamed at. Like, imagine that you're trying to approach girls to finally get out of your comfort zone and then you get fucking screamed at. Like, bro, how are you meant to react? How are you meant to feel anything aside from worthless? So I felt worthless. I was catastrophizing the situation. I'm never going to get a girlfriend, as you can imagine. Then I managed to get back on the train and that's when the epiphany kind of hit me. I'm so different to the way I was before. I'm now the type of person that approaches girls. I have, and I'm so much more confident. That in and of itself is such a massive fucking like W to me. I've gone from being scared of cashiers, I can't even talk to store clerks, to being able to approach groups of girls. That's such a fucking awesome transformation. And it's like, yeah, I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, but if I continue with the way I am, there's no way I don't get one. And that makes me feel kind of fucking awesome. Now, this leads me into the first tip. I want you to stop leading a life you dislike and start building a life that you actually like for yourself. Genuinely ask this question. By you staying inside all day, doing like nothing, realistically it's doing nothing, does that make you feel better about yourself? Do you feel like you're accomplishing much? Do you feel more confident in yourself when you live like that? Because I know that when I lived that way, what did I do? Years ago, I played video games, watched anime, and that was my life. And then work and whatever else I was doing. I wouldn't go out, I wouldn't try new things, I wouldn't have hobbies. It was just video games and anime. And as a result, how do you think that made me feel and act towards myself? I wasn't confident in myself because I didn't have the life that I genuinely, authentically wanted for myself. Deep down, I wanted to have more friends, I wanted to be doing stuff, but it's just easier to play video games and watch anime, do what's familiar to you. Because I did that growing up. And I want you to take a second to reflect on yourself. Is what you're doing every day the type of life you want to actually lead? Because if it isn't, you're not going to be confident in yourself because you're not living an authentic life that's actually made for you. And to actually start building this, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to start making changes. And it's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be hard, but it will be worth it. Like, I would highly recommend just stopping one bad habit right now. One bad habit that you think isn't adding anything to your life that you want to quit. Just work on cutting that out. For the next 30 days, slowly stop the amount of times you do the bad habit. Make it a conscious attempt to stop it. And then once you've eliminated a few bad habits, then slowly start adding some fucking good habits. Start going to the gym. Start talking to new people. Start doing stupid stuff. Start joining hobby classes. Join a martial arts class. Join a sport. And I wanted to paint this last point. I didn't actually enjoy video games. I enjoyed playing video games with my friends. But I spent so many hundreds, thousands of hours playing video games by myself as well. It's like, I didn't enjoy them. It's just fucking easy. I genuinely used video games as a coping mechanism for other problems in my life that I was not dealing with. And if you're using these things like that aren't authentically what you want to do as coping mechanisms, then your life is going to be much worse off. And look, about 2 months ago, I quit video games once and for all. And it's like, I had in the back of my mind the thoughts that, 1 hour video games is okay. It's just an hour. And that if I quit video games, I will lose a part of myself. Or I just had certain reservations about quitting it. There was like that nagging feeling at the back of your head. Don't quit that. Don't quit that. You've always done it. Don't. But I just stopped it cold turkey and nothing. I didn't die. If anything, my life got better. I now had more time to do things that I actually liked. It's crazy how that works, isn't it? And then my second point. Yeah, I was meant to write the first point on the board. If you don't like yourself, how are others meant to like you? If you have poor mental health, poor self-esteem, how are you meant to interact with people? How are you meant to get out of your comfort zone, go talk to people when you don't even feel worthy? You don't even feel like you're going to add anything to this person's life. So, because I know one of the limiting beliefs that I had when I was approaching or trying to approach groups of people with this limiting belief still there, that I wasn't worthy, that I wasn't adding anything to their lives. And it was a symptom of a bigger problem. I had poor mental health. So, now we need to fix the root problem. Fix your fucking poor mental health. And then that's what I did, and as a result, I feel worthy. When I can go out and talk to people, I'm not coming at them from a place of desperation. I don't need them in order to feel secure in myself, if you get what I mean. And by improving your mental health, living a life you actually like, first point, then you're going to be able to come at other people from a place of security, not insecurity. And this makes breaking the shyness, breaking the habit of being shy so much easier. So anyway, how can we level up your mental health? First off, it's the same as before. Break the bad habits that you know are ruining your life. Porn. I want to say video games, but it isn't that bad compared to a lot of the other habits that I'm about to say. Scrolling on social media. What does that do? Fucks your brain, fucks your attention span, makes you compare your lives to other people, and makes you miserable. Fuck off social media. Now it does nothing for you. Junk food is a massive one. You want to be eating a diet that is actually conducive to the human body and how we're meant to live. Like, how were humans thousands of years ago, our ancestors meant to eat? Meat, plants, whole foods. Not fucking this processed garbage that we are fed nowadays. You want to eat more in line with what we used to have. And your body is going to... Because we've evolved to eat like that. For thousands of years, that's how we evolved. We evolved on that diet. We didn't evolve on the last 100 years of processed shit that we've been given. When that processed food, those processed foods are literally engineered to be more addictive. We have hormones that basically tell us that when we're full, we should stop eating. These processed foods actually stop those hormones. These foods inhibit hormones that make us feel full. So we will binge up until the point where we normally feel full and we just go beyond because we're eating this processed garbage. The main things I would recommend is to fix your diet, cut out social media, and stop watching porn. Those are the three, the fucking triad of bad habits that having a life where you do any of these makes it so much worse. And the confidence in yourself fucking evaporates. And then for some habits that I want you to start doing, slowly, remember, I'm telling you these habits you can do and break. I want you to work on them slowly. Because if you try to change it all at once, you're not going to fucking make change and you're going to revert instantly. A week or two, you're going to revert and you're going to have made no progress. Think of them as slow progress that you're trying to do over time. That's the mindset you have to have. You're going to slowly change your life, not, okay, it's January 1st, let's change everything. No, that is a stupid way of doing things. Anyway, good habits. I've gotten distracted. Good habits. Exercise, obviously, exercising, moving your body more, getting sunlight, hydrating. No one drinks enough fucking water. Drink more water. Actually sleep. Get 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep every night. It's not that hard once you understand the principles of how to sleep properly. It's literally just a few things that you can, if you listen to these tenets, your sleep's going to be better. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Immediately get sunlight in your eyes 5-10 minutes after waking. Don't have a stupid nap and don't consume any stimulants 6 hours before bed. Those are the main ones that you can do and you're going to have good sleep. If you do these things, you can have good sleep. I could make a whole video on this, but TLDR, follow those and you'll be fine. So yeah, main points, build a life that you love, that is authentically you. Stop doing the shit that you know for yourself isn't actually adding to your life, that you don't actually really enjoy it. It's just been comfortable to you. And focus on leveling up your mental health. And doing these things will make you a lot more confident and you'll be able to start being less shy. And so yeah, that is the video. Do appreciate you watching. If you learned something, comment down in the description what helps you out the most. Like and subscribe, helps me out a lot. And yeah, take care of yourself, man. Bye.